Nevada petrifactions and fossils, Nevada 1869. California, huge petrified skeletons of men, yet huger animals on which they used to ride, judging by the saddles as big as dump carts, still strapped to their backs. One body is 100 feet long, petrified into quartz and silver ore. Stellium, hopefully, if Stellium's still in the chat, I read this one with him before. Oh, there's 101 of you here. Fantastic number. Welcome to the portal. But yeah, I've read this one before with Stellium. It's one of my favorites. So what this is going to tie into the hydraulic mining, and we'll transition a little bit into the mining stuff a little deeper as we go through this article, just to give you an idea of what they were finding. Okay, remember that I showed you some of those pictures. They're washing away millions and millions and millions of cubic feet of earth going down. So in some places, 10 or more stories, more. In some places, they go 200, 300 feet. So they're washing away whole mountainsides. And here's a little taste of what they were finding buried underneath all this mud and lava flow. Sometimes it's lava flow, sometimes it's mud, sometimes it's gravel. It's a mix of everything. Nevada petrifactions and fossils. It is not a little whimsical to notice that since the little 10-foot stone man was dug up at Cardiff, which is creating such a sensation among the New York Yankees, there are plenty more suddenly resurrected down in Arizona and in various other parts of the country, compared with which the Cardiff giant is a mere Tom Thumb. Over in Calaveras, it's an important thing to remember. That was that picture I showed you. One of the most beautiful ancient forests that ever existed in America was in Calaveras County. Over in 100 feet in a mine shaft at 100, and I think it might have been 120, 130 feet, they found a skeleton of a man. Very unusual skeleton. Considered to be the oldest ever found in America. Over in Calaveras County, huge petrified skeletons of men are said to be quite common. Also, the bones of yet huger animals on which they used to ride, judging from the saddles, as large as dump carts, found still strapped on their backs. We helped to dig up a thigh bone ourselves over there, 15 feet long, which doubtless belonged to some antediluvian chief. Some called it an auld log, but it was the shape of a thigh bone anyhow, and badly petrified. We have never known many complete stone giants to be exhumed in this vicinity, but out in Humboldt country, one large body, over 100 feet long, known as the Little Giant, has been found, completely petrified into quartz and silver ore. Really, really incredible part to take note of there. Petrified into quartz and silver ore. Now, if you're familiar with Stellium 7, and he's responding, so that's perfect. I'm glad he's still here. If you're not familiar with it, check out his YouTube channel. Really, really important work. A very, very powerful correlation there. This connects a lot of the ancient tree and petrified titan work, and to have an article where they're talking about finding a completely petrified giant that's 100 feet long that's been turned into quartz and silver ore. You find that a lot of gold ore and gold follows these quartz lines, and it's um, Stellium has done a great job exploring these subjects, and I very much am in agreement with him. This concept of biogeology and what happens, what happened, some kind of cataclysmic event that could petrify, the Medusa event that could petrify humans. And that all these different biological components of the human body, when exposed to high voltages, turn into different materials: quartz, silver, gold, so on and so forth. So, yeah, well, just an incredible article. There's a second part here. It is well known to us that petrified horses are plenty in Comstock Ledge, some of them over 50 feet high. Also, huge spurs on which but monstrous men could appropriately wear. Petrified. Wild cats are still found throughout the mining region. It is well known to us all the petrified horses are plenty in Comstock Ledge, some of them over 50 feet high. Just think about that, you guys. And I've found dozens and dozens of skeletons of giant horses found all over America. The Dakotas, Montana, there are countless giant horses, huge, even bigger than these. So just, while I'm reading these, just kind of, close your eyes and just picture what this place was like, 100, 50 to 100-foot tall men riding giant horses, you know. It's just incredible, and how many layers down is this? How many different civilizations have come and gone since this time? It's hard to say for sure, but we'll get into a few more of these articles that show how deep they're going and what they keep finding. And also numerous huge spurs, which none but monstrous men could appropriately wear. No human bones, except bones of contention, have yet been found in the Comstock, but some of these are of great size, especially those found a few years ago. Petrified wild cats are still found throughout the mining region. We have plenty of big feeling men among us, none of extraordinary size to petrify, although many of them are already old fossils. So that just goes on to talk about the deniers of such things that are found.